Have you ever thought about whether one single piece of tech could handle the Wi-Fi for, say, your apartment, a busy office, and a huge corporate campus? Well, that's exactly what the device we're looking at today claims to do. It's designed to be a total chameleon, adapting to pretty much any environment. So let's dive in and see what's really going on under the hood.
It's a pretty bold promise, isn't it? The idea that a single access point can scale all the way from a small home office to a massive multi-location company. And that idea, that extreme versatility, is exactly what we're gonna unpack here.
Because, let's be honest, our Wi-Fi problems have gotten way more complicated. I mean, think back just a decade ago. It was all about download speed. But now? Oh man, you've got phones, laptops, smart speakers, TVs, everything is fighting for a slice of that bandwidth. The real challenge today is handling all that traffic at once, keeping everyone seamlessly connected and, hopefully without needing a degree in computer science just to manage the darn thing.
So, how does a device like this even begin to tackle those challenges? Well, before we get to all the clever software and management tricks, we have to look at the engine. The raw power has to be there first. And for modern Wi-Fi, that all starts with the latest and greatest in wireless standards.
Okay, so this thing is built on Wi-Fi 6, and if you're not totally up on that, just think of it as a massive upgrade to how Wi-Fi works. It wasn't just designed to make one device go faster, it was built from the ground up to make all our devices work better together, especially when they're all trying to connect at the same time.
So what does that actually mean for you in the real world? Well, you get technologies like OFDMA. The easiest way to think about it is like a delivery truck that can drop off packages to multiple houses in one single trip, instead of making a separate trip for each one, which, you guessed it, cuts down on lag. Then you have something called MU-MIMO, which lets the access point talk to multiple devices at the exact same time. The bottom line? It all adds up to a faster, way more efficient network for everybody.
All right, here's the big headline number for you. This is what's known as an AX3000 class device. That 3000 means it has a total theoretical wireless bandwidth of 3000 megabits per second. That is a huge amount of capacity for things like streaming 4K video, intense online gaming, and yeah, even dozens of video calls happening all at once.
Now that speed isn't just one giant fire hose of data, it's actually split between two different bands. You get a massive 2400 megabits per second on the 5 gigahertz band. That's the superhighway for your most demanding devices, like your laptop or your 4K TV. And then you have 600 megabits per second on the 2.4 gigahertz band, which is perfect for older devices or ones that are further away.
But here's the thing, all that amazing wireless speed doesn't mean a thing if the internet can't get to the device fast enough in the first place. And that's why the wired port is so important. This one has a 2.5 gigabit port. Now that internet providers are starting to offer speeds over a gigabit, this little port makes sure your Wi-Fi access point isn't the bottleneck. It ensures the data can get in just as fast as this thing can push it out wirelessly.
So, okay, the speed is the foundation. It's the table stakes. But this is where we get into the really cool stuff, the device's true identity. You see, it has this incredible ability to basically switch its personality depending on the job it needs to do. It's got 3 totally distinct ways it can be managed.
And right here is where this thing's adaptability really starts to shine. It has 2 main personalities. In fat mode, think of it as a solo artist. It's a standalone powerhouse. Everything you need to set up is right on the device itself, perfect for your home or a small office. But then you can flip it into fit mode, and suddenly it's a team player. It lets itself be managed by a central network controller, which is absolutely essential for businesses that need to coordinate lots of access points all at once.
All right, so let's actually see this in action. How do these different brains solve totally different problems for completely different people? We're going to start with the biggest possible scenario and work our way down.
Okay, first up, let's put on our corporate IT hat. Imagine you're managing the Wi-Fi for a huge company with offices literally all over the world. That sounds like a nightmare, right?
I mean, the challenges are huge. You've got to keep everything consistent, secure, and you need to be able to manage it all from one place. Well, the solution for this massive scale is something called AirCloud. It's a cloud-based platform that lets an IT team configure, monitor, and manage an unlimited number of these access points from a single dashboard, from anywhere on the planet. They can even set different permission levels for different admins. It's total control.
All right, let's bring it down a notch. Now, imagine you're a growing business. Maybe you've got a dozen or so access points spread across a big office or a warehouse. You don't need global management, but you definitely still need control.
Here, your biggest headache is just keeping everything consistent and efficient. Going to each access point and configuring it by hand, that takes forever, and it's easy to make mistakes. This is the perfect job for Fit Mode. You connect all your access points to an on-site wireless controller, and that controller becomes the central brain. It just pushes all the settings and updates out to every access point, all from one spot. Super simple.
And finally, let's bring it right back home. You're a tech-savvy user, maybe a small business owner working from home, or just someone who demands the absolute best Wi-Fi without all the corporate complexity.
For you, the challenge is getting serious power and flexibility, but in one simple package. And this is where Fat Mode is the hero. It can be a standard access point, just adding Wi-Fi to your existing network. Or it can be a full-on gateway, plugging right into your modem and running your whole network. Or it can even act as a repeater, grabbing your existing Wi-Fi signal and boosting it to kill any dead spots in the house.
Okay, so this device is obviously fast, and it's incredibly adaptable. But there's one more piece to this puzzle, a bit of magic really, that helps absolutely everyone, no matter the setup, making sure you never, ever drop your connection as you move around. And that's the whole point of what's called seamless roaming. The entire goal is to make that jump from one access point to the next so buttery smooth that you literally don't even notice it happened.
So how in the world does that actually work? Well, it's basically a clever three-step dance. First, your network is always kind of whispering to your phone, hey, here are the other good access points nearby, so your phone always knows its options. Next, it gets the connection ready ahead of time. It's like having the key to the next room before you even get to the door. And finally, the network intelligently nudges your phone to switch at the perfect moment for the best possible signal. The result? A handoff that's so fast it's practically invisible.
And the real-world impact? It's huge. I mean, think about that heart-stopping moment on a video call when you have to walk from the conference room to the lobby. With seamless roaming, the connection just stays. No buffering, no dropped calls. It just works.
All right, so when we pull back and look at the big picture, what's the major takeaway here? It really comes down to a whole new way of thinking about what we should expect from our Wi-Fi.
Well, what we've really learned is that raw speed, that's just the ticket to get in the game now. The real game changer is adaptability. It's this idea that one piece of hardware, because of some really clever software, can completely transform itself to solve the problems of a home user, a business, or a global corporation. It's all about making the tech so smart that the connection just fades into the background. It's just there, always on, always constant. And that really leaves us with a big question to think about. As our world gets more and more connected and we demand more and more from our networks, maybe the smartest infrastructure isn't about having a different tool for every single job. Maybe, just maybe, it's about having one tool that's smart enough to become whatever we need it to be right when we need it.